Jose Mourinho and the Tottenham board are locked in negotiations to get him as the new coach of Spurs. The bookies, I imagine that's going to get shorter as well, 6-1 on at the moment. Jose Mourinho as the replacement for Mauricio Pochettino. It's funny because we talked about this in the last couple of months, haven't we? And all of you gone, no, no, no. Well, but it could be yes.
It actually could be yes, because I think Levy has courted them a little bit before. But here's the problem. Here's the big problem why I think it's just a no-no, is because he's jumped out of... it's gone from the frying pan to the fire here, because he was at Man United, and even though they had the money, he couldn't get Woodward to spend enough of it on the right players. And so Mourinho's frustration was, I can't reel in Manchester City and Liverpool unless you give me the funds. Well, guess what? The one criticism of Tottenham, period, has been they won't spend the funds to match the real big boys.
But Mourinho will know that going in, won't he?
So what's the point?
Well, maybe Mourinho will go in there and say, look, I think
maybe Jose Mourinho will go in there and go, hey, it's a new me, no complaining, and I'm going to work with what I've got.
No chance.
Not happening. Not happening.
I can't think of one reason why he would work.
But he's a winner, isn't he? Isn't that what Spurs are desperate for?
And the one team that are not a winner is Spurs. That's been proven.
Someone who could deliver.
It's the one criticism we have of them.
And I suppose if you're going to make an argument for Mourinho, you know wherever he's been, he's won.
Right, I'll tell you what. But you know wherever he's been, he spent money on winning those trophies. So if he goes somewhere that's not going to spend money on winning trophies, they're not going to win trophies regardless of what the name is on the back of the coach's jersey.
But I suppose maybe Spurs feel like they can take the risk.
Do you know what? Right now, regardless, forget the results, the actual place itself seems to be toxic, because there's no way that half of your first team is telling you either they're going to wait till the contract's done or they want out now, unless there's a huge problem there. Now, the one thing that Mourinho has done in his last 2 or 3 clubs has caused chaos and resentment and problems. So how is somebody who has a reputation now for doing that, how is he going to make a toxic place any better?
The other thing for me is, and yes, you're right. Wherever Mourinho has gone, he has won silverware. But at Manchester United, you look at what the silverware that he did win. Bragged about the Community Shield, which he qualified for finishing second in the league, didn't win that. The Europa League, we've spoken about Spurs and their own Champions League ambitions. I'm not sure that winning Europa League really appeases Spurs fans right now. And then finally, the League Cup, which, you know, we've spoken disparagingly about time and time again. The big clubs don't take seriously. They put out their reserve squads.
Team is much better than the team that he inherited at United and won trophies with.
Jose Mourinho spent a lot of money on that Manchester United team. Maybe a lot of those players didn't live up to their price tags. Who you want to put the blame? Who you want to blame for that? We can debate all day long. But we do know that he spent a lot of money at Manchester United. And the silverware that he delivered at Manchester United, as much as the argument may be that he delivers silverware, I don't think any of those 3 trophies, if you want to call them that, appeases Spurs fans.
18 months ago, when he was in the US, Mourinho with United for this ICC pre-season tournament, he was walking around like somebody told him he'd got 2 weeks to live.
Yep.
He was miserable because Ed Woodward wasn't giving him what he wanted. Well, Daniel Levy is Ed Woodward times 10. Because at least, and I'm not a fan of Ed Woodward, but at least Ed Woodward, when somebody said we need to get Sanchez in from Arsenal, went out and said, oh, well, OK, here's 500 grand a week. I mean, it's a crazy decision, but at least they opened the purse strings. Daniel Levy rarely, if ever, does that. So it smacks to me that Spurs have to go down the same route that they went down with Pochettino. It's a younger manager that's been at smaller clubs, has worked their way, and is prepared to work, as Pochettino was when he first came in, is prepared to work within a budget framework where he knows what he's got. And to me, that looks like somebody like Leicester's Brendan Rodgers, which is unlikely, or Bournemouth's Eddie Howe.
Right.
Who's done maybe not everybody's favourite, but he's done a very, very good job with very little at Bournemouth over the years.
The problem is, and it's a rare one, and it's one you mentioned before when Ranieri went at Leicester. Normally, when managers get the sack, the fans are on board. They've had enough.
Well, there are some.
In this, but I think they're very much in the minority in this situation, and that's going to be a tough battle for the manager, especially if it's Mourinho, to come in and win, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. I think it only tells you that the supporters of Spurs understand where the real problems lie.
Right.
I don't think anybody can turn around and say, well, it's Pochettino. It's Pochettino. This is why we're not doing well this season. Nobody's going to say that. So, regardless of, again, who it is, there's absolutely no way that whoever comes in here is going to get anything other than pressure.
So, do you understand why Mourinho wants the job?
It's a big job.
Mourinho wants the job because it's a big job, and he thinks
great job.
He thinks
I have no idea why Mourinho would want to touch this.
Because he's not getting any other big jobs. He's not getting any of the so-called, you know, the Bayern Munichs or the Real Madrids or the Barcelonas.
And
he's not getting that at club level.
He's not getting this Tottenham side back to the Champions League final, and he's not going to challenge City and Liverpool nowhere near it. So I don't understand why he would want it.
To that point, no, and I agree with Stevie here. I think Jose Mourinho sees this as his best opportunity if he wants to get back into club football. Now we can debate whether it's the right fit for Jose Mourinho or what we feel his future should be or what it holds. But I don't think there's another club in world football bigger than Tottenham Hotspurs that's going to come looking for Jose Mourinho.
Well, I thought Real Madrid.
Similarly, I don't see that. I don't see that happening.
And by the way, how's this Tottenham team, how's he going to change them? Is he going to turn them into, like, 10 men behind the ball? I mean, if he can go to Real Madrid and do that with Real Madrid and turn them into this ultra-defensive team, I mean, the Spurs fans are going to go absolutely crazy.
I'm not suggesting that Mourinho... I still think he can go somewhere and be his old self if he doesn't go down the line of where he's been the last couple of clubs that Stevie mentioned, where he just fixes his bayonet, wants to fight the world on his own. But he needs money. He needs... Unfortunately now, if you want to bring somebody like Mourinho in, you can only do that by giving them money. Otherwise, you're just giving yourself a huge headache, right? Otherwise, you go down a different route and you bring in somebody who's going to be less of a hassle for me, but is going to work within the framework of what's already there, given maybe an extra couple of players for little money. I just don't think it makes